In the wake of independence, India faced a massive power vacuum. Centuries of colonial rule had finally ended, leaving a vast, newly freed population to suddenly govern themselves. Organizing this new reality was a logistical nightmare. The nation spanned a massive landmass, populated by hundreds of millions of people, speaking different languages, practicing multiple religions, and holding on to distinct regional cultures. Without a supreme set of rules to anchor them, this diverse collection of states risked fracturing completely. Even worse, the sudden availability of power could easily fall into the hands of new leaders eager to abuse it. To survive, India needed a master rulebook. They required a supreme law to act as the ultimate authority, one that could keep the new government in check while maintaining unity across all that diversity. That massive engineering project was handed to the Constituent Assembly, formed in 1946. This group of leaders was tasked with drafting the operational blueprint for the new nation. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar stepped up as the key leader to guide this intricate legal drafting. The group spent exactly 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days, locked in debate, carefully structuring the rules that would govern the country. Their work finally came into force on January 26, 1950. We recognize this today as Republic Day. The Indian Constitution they produced was a highly specific set of mechanisms designed to build a functioning, stable nation from scratch. The first major design choice of this document was to neutralize the risk of a dictatorship. The architects solved this by intentionally fracturing and distributing power across the system. This diagram outlines the concept of federalism, a vertical division of power. Instead of one dominant ruler, authority is strictly allocated between a central government at the top and various state governments managing regional affairs. Within that central government, the Constitution enforces a separation of powers. It divides authority horizontally into 3 distinct branches to create internal checks and balances. The first branch is the legislature. Elected by the people, they hold the specific authority to write and debate the laws of the land. Then you have the executive branch, which takes those laws and actually implements them. Finally, the judiciary, anchored by the Supreme Court, steps in to interpret the laws and ensure they align with the Constitution. These mechanical choices force the state into a parliamentary form of government. The people elect their representatives, and those representatives are strictly accountable back to the public, structurally blocking anyone from holding absolute control. But dividing the government's branches only solves half the problem. The Constitution also has to actively shield the individual citizen from the massive reach of the state. To do this, the rulebook embeds fundamental rights into its core structure. These are non-negotiable guarantees for every citizen, ensuring basic equality, guaranteeing individual freedom, and strict legal protection against exploitation. Because of India's immense cultural complexity, the architects went further. They explicitly wrote in cultural and educational rights, alongside the freedom to practice any religion without interference. This establishes India's specific constitutional concept of secularism. The state itself has no official religion and is legally bound to treat all faiths exactly the same. Together, fundamental rights and secularism act as the ultimate civic defense mechanism. By legally guaranteeing that no majority group can oppress a minority, the document secures the nation's unity. The entire intent of this massive rulebook is summarized right on its first page. The preamble serves as the ultimate statement of the nation's civic promise, explicitly naming the country a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. It legally guarantees citizens justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Those promises translate into modern reality. This framework is why millions of ordinary citizens peacefully stand in line to participate in an equal democratic process. The Indian Constitution is an active, living shield. Every single day, it limits state overreach and enforces civic peace. It remains the supreme law of the land because it is the vital engine that guarantees the freedom, equality, and survival of the world's most diverse democracy.